Cheerio, mates. Welcome to Stock Market Jimmy. Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing wonderful. Hope your trading has been doing excellent. Let's go ahead and move this up just a hair. Let's see if we can zoom in just a hair more. There we go. We'll post this over there. We don't need to see that old man's face, do we? We don't need to see that old guy right there. Here, we'll put it back right there. There we go, guys. All right. I usually only make one video a week with the Stock Market Jimmy, and this is a new channel. Thank you so much to everybody out there that comes from my Gamble with Jimmy channel. You guys are the foundation of this new channel, and without you guys, I would not be able to do this. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. I cannot get monetized on this channel until I do. So therefore, I'm not making a penny. So, but you got to crawl before you walk, right? All right, guys, I want to get into a couple things here. This is pre-market, 7:30 in the morning. And it is a Wednesday. What does a Wednesday mean for me? All you can eat lobster today, baby. Hard Rock Casino, all you can eat lobster. That's what I'm talking about. All right, guys. So here's the deal. Here is the deal. I want to start off with two stocks that I shared with you guys. I'm going to put the ticker symbol in. These two stocks, I told you to keep an eye on them. I didn't tell you to buy them. I told you to keep an eye on them. And one is Lulu. Okay, so we're going to go under here. What happened here? All right. Lulu is the first one I want to talk about. Okay. Pre-market, it's up 50 cents, which means nothing. We still got 2 hours before the market opens, so that doesn't mean anything at all. If it was like, 5 minutes, it would mean something. All right, let's get a chart here going. Okay, guys, now I have a stock chat room, and I've had a stock chat room for probably 10 years. So these are private invites. I've have good friends who have been in that for 10 years now. And they don't like that I recommended Lulu. And I'm like, here's the deal. Let me explain something to you. The numbers for Lulu are good. Period. The numbers for Lulu are good. I've looked at the math. I looked at the earnings. I've looked at everything that they're doing. And guys, I have to tell you, I'm okay with Lulu. I'm okay with Lulu. I like the forward PE ratio at less than 15%. I love the return of asset at 22%. The profit margin is almost 17%. Okay, so I'm very happy with the numbers with Lulu. It's also at a 5-year low. It's at a 5-year low. Now, let me explain something to you, because there's one other stock that I want to show you that I also told you to keep an eye on. So I want to go over the stocks that are not performing well first. Now, what happens with a stock like this that has been consistently going down, as you can see, now this is retail. A lot of people don't want to be in retail. So as it's coming down, this thing's down at its 5 years low. Sometimes what happens is that the big hedge funds and the big Wall Street people will short a stock. And once they start shorting it, they have less people buying the stock because the stock keeps coming down. So here's the first thing I want to explain to you guys is that you have to manage your money, and only you are responsible for managing your money. So let me give you an example of what I mean. So let's say that I say to you, watch Lulu. That doesn't mean that if you got $100,000 to your name to invest, that doesn't mean you just come here and smack $100,000 on Lulu. Now, it probably would work out really well for you in the long run. But the problem is that if you have a stock that I'm telling you to watch, I'm alerting you of it. I didn't tell you to buy it. I told you to watch it. So therefore, I told you to watch this when it was like $221. So the stock, since I told you to watch it, has went down $7 a share. It's not the end of the world, but it's went down $7 a share. So if you were watching it, you now would get a $7 discount already on a 5-year low. Because when I told you about it, it was already at a 5-year low. So you cannot purchase stocks like this if you're tying up your money and you're not able to buy other stocks that are faster returns. So if you are somebody who just wants to take a chance on a stock and Lulu's the stock that you want and you believe that one day it's going to come back, I think that Lulu will see 350 again. I think that Lulu will see 350 again. I mean, if you look at this chart, okay, 350 mark is right there. Okay, that's the 350 mark. So are you trying to tell me that this stock will never hit this range right here of, that's 360, of let's say even 347? Look at the level. That's dead center in the middle. The numbers are good for Lulu. The math of what they're generating, they do not deserve to be at a 5-year low. Period. But when the big money goes into the short, they're going to tank it. Now the good news is, if they see the numbers are doing good, they will flip from the short to the buy and they'll run it back up. They typically will do that. So just keep your eye on it. That's all I'm saying, is that, you can't always be where you're buying these high evaluation stocks because everybody and their brother is pushing them up and they're going to the moon. Sooner or later, those stocks are going to give back. And the ones that are doing well, like Lulu, who's keeping decent books, and they're at the 5-year low, when they do retrace, you're going to make a lot of money. It's that simple. I mean, even if you only made $50 a share on this stock, it's still going to be pretty good for you. All right. Now, the other one I want to talk to you about, I told you that we desperately need energy stocks. Okay, we absolutely 100% need energy stocks in the United States because energy is crucial for what we're doing with AI. We have to have all types of energy stocks. I told you to keep an eye on this one when it was like $39. It could have been 36, 37, something like that. Let's take a look at the last 5 days. The height was 36. So yeah, $37. I told you about this stock when it was just under $37. It has went down $4 a share, even more. It was already at its 5-year low. 5-year low already. The stock, I personally, on this stock, the way that the company runs the business, not the greatest. But they have had a lot of things going on with tariffs and things like that. But they are an American company. They are in the solar industry. It's kind of a bad time of the year for this stock because as you get into August, September, October, November, December, you're getting into the winter. I don't expect this stock to really do much until, let's say, maybe January, February, or March of 2026. I think you're going to start seeing a rebound, and if you can position, I would keep an eye out for this stock. And if you could time this where you can get a part of this thing dipping and get it back up to this, 42 range. This is just a 1 month. I mean, this stock was at $42, guys, $42.50 just 30 days ago. If you go back 6 months, this stock at its peak was at $66. That is a full 1x if this thing can retrace and get back to where it's even. I'm not even talking about a profit. I'm just talking about even. You would double your money. Okay, if it goes to $48, you're making $14, $15 basically a share, which is really good money. Okay, keep an eye on this one. It's an energy stock. You don't know when it's going to go up. I think they're shorting it right now. That's why it keeps dipping. The big boys are shorting it. So no one wants to come in. Even though it's a great price, no one wants to come in. Everybody's afraid. Why would I want to come and tie up my money when I can pick other stocks that are going to go up $3, $4? I don't blame you. I understand. That's why I'm doing this video, because I want to make sure you guys understand when I tell you to watch a stock, that doesn't mean buy it. If I tell you I'm getting in now, this is a great deal, let's go, then you can always do what you want, but I have a different mentality of when and what I think the stock is going to do at that particular time. Okay, I'm going to go into UNH, guys. UNH. This stock right here, guys, I hate when it does this. I hate when it does this right here. But anyway, who cares what it is right now in pre-market? Let's see a 5 year. Let's see a 1 year. Let's see a 1 year. This sucker's down in the toilet, man. It just got its butt whooped. $21 a share. Old-fashioned A-whooping. Straight up gangster style. Went down $21 a share yesterday. Why? Because their earnings was good, but they missed their numbers. So, is this stock a buy now? Absolutely. This one is free game. It's free game for anybody that wants to go in it. I see this stock going to $350 in the new months of 2026. Okay, could it get there before then? Sure. I don't know if it go all the way up to the $350 range, but I see this stock rebounding. It's just a monster of a stock. They got issues, but they'll straighten it out. They're in the healthcare business, guys. Matter of fact, they're the leader in the healthcare business. I see this stock as a great opportunity. With all stocks, it's not easy to buy stocks that are dropping. It's not easy to do that. You don't have to do that. You can focus on the stocks that are trending. If you have enough money to let the money marinate and not make you any money, and you want to start building positions and growing those positions on dips, you buy, it dips down to 240, you buy more. Eventually, I see this stock doing really well in the near future, where we'll get at least, I mean, this is a 1 year chart, guys. It's down 53%. If it gets to a point where it's only down 25%, guess what? You made 25% on your money, and it would still be down 25%. Think about that. So I like this stock. I like it. I see opportunity. All right. Southwest Airlines, LUV. Let's take a look. $31.25 in pre, so it closed at $31.10. Okay. 5 year, it's not at the rock bottom low. Okay, it's not. Rock bottom low was like $21. You're at a good price here. I would like to get in around the $28 range. If I can get it at the 28, I'd be confident to make $4 a share. analyze how much you need to buy to make it worth your while, where you make $4 a share. So if you can buy it, whatever amount you want to buy, analyze your numbers. If it makes sense for you, great. $28 is what we're looking for. You want to flip this stock. I don't really recommend, you could hold this stock. I mean, guys, this stock used to be $64. It used to be $64. Let's go to a 1 year. 1 year, it was 37. Okay, I would not be interested in holding this stock. Do not hold these nuts. I repeat, do not hold these nuts. Okay? I would flip this one. This would be a flipperooski. I'd flip it between $28 and $31 to $32. That's what I would do. Okay? If it don't get down there, don't buy it. All right, Target. Retail. People don't want to be in retail. Just don't want to get into retail. Okay? Retail doesn't scare me on a company like Target. Just doesn't. Okay? It's up 19 cents in pre. I'm hoping it has a red day. Okay? I want in on Target. I want in. I have not bought Target yet. So, it's down 16% over 5 years. It's down almost 30%, 29%. But guys, we are close to a 1 year low. Okay? We are pretty close to 1 year lows. All right? In the middle is 138. Maybe a little lower. I'd say more like in the middle is like 130. 130. All right. I like this stock, especially with the Christmas, seasons coming up and stuff like that. I mean, Target is a well-run company. It's very clean. It does way better numbers than Walmart. Walmart brings in way more revenue. Walmart is doing more business, of course, than Target. But Target is more profitable. It's more profitable than Walmart. All right, so I like this stock. All right, hold these nuts. That's what I got to say on this one. Hold these nuts. Okay, this is a hold these nuts. So that'll be our thing on this channel. So when we want to hold stocks, we're going to say hold these nuts. And when we want to flip, don't hold these nuts. Okay? All right. So I like this stock. I'd like to get it around 102. That's what I'd like to be at, 102. And I'd like to flip it around the 110, 111, 120 range. It's up to you. It's up to you. Analyze your figures. See what you need to do with this bad boy. Okay? All right. Let's get into some of these hypes type of stocks and stuff like that. Let's try Serve. I wasn't like rushing into a stock like this. A lot of people trying to pump this stock and say how, this is future and this and that. Darn it, our chart is not working, guys. I hate when that happens. Let me refresh it. Okay, let's try again. There it goes. There we go. We're back in business. Serve. Okay. I'm just not sold so much on this stock, but that doesn't mean that this thing can't double. That doesn't mean that this stock cannot double. It's tied to Uber. It's tied to Uber. It's not owned by Uber, but it's tied to Uber. Its success is contingent on the success it has with Uber. I think that they should add additional services with a different type of robot doing different type of services. Let me get a sip of coffee. All right, sorry about the gulp. I like that. What I'm learning is that it's the software they have. Okay, at first I was not so into it because I was like, come on, guys, they're making robots to deliver sidewalk deliveries. Sidewalk deliveries. That means that the place that serves, let's say you got a pizza joint. Now, the more I started thinking about this, I said, well, this is actually a pretty good business. Let me tell you why. I started thinking about it more, okay? And what I realized is I was like, wow, the more I think about this business, the more I like it, because I started thinking about the direct sales to the restaurant owner, not Uber. The whole Uber thing, that could definitely work, and I'll get into that here in a minute, but I started thinking about the individual restaurant owners. Okay, so hear me out on this. Let's say that you have and you purchase a robot from Serve Robotics. Let's say you're a restaurant owner and you've got a thriving little small restaurant that's opened inside an office building. You're inside an office building. How many times have you seen a restaurant inside an office building? Raise your hand. Everybody should have their hand up. Now imagine if you own that restaurant and I'm part of Serve Robotics and I'm calling all of the restaurant owners that own or rent restaurants inside an office building or a plaza. And I say, hey, I'm going to sell you a robot that will do all of your daily deliveries, and it will go into the elevator on its own. Boy, I don't know how the heck it's going to open the door. I just thought about that. I don't know how they could do it, but yeah, that would be a problem, actually. That would be a problem. If you could get the robot to somehow open up the dang elevator door, you would have a gold mine here. I'm sure they could figure that out. So if you're able to have this robot serve breakfast and lunch and dinner, well, actually it would be breakfast and lunch, right? To all of your orders, people will love the ability for a robot to bring you their food to the front of the office where they're at. Could you imagine a robot coming in every day and bringing everybody's food about 10 times? 10 different orders a day to your front door of your business? How cool would that be, right? So the experience of it itself is fun for people, all right? Now, what it does is it saves the restaurant from having to have a full-time delivery guy, and which is about what, $120 a day maybe? So it's not huge amounts of money, but if you're 5 days a week, you're talking almost $600 a week, and now you got to divide that by times that by 4, so you're talking $2,400 a month that the robot is saving you, and he's giving your customers a cool experience. So, and the customers do not have to tip. There's no tip. So think about that. There's no tip to the robot. Robot doesn't have feelings, and he doesn't care if he's getting tips. Okay? So that's really cool. So what I started thinking was, how much would they charge somebody like that, and would the person be willing to pay like a monthly fee to pay for it? So when you analyze it up, I would probably say they would probably be able to justify a $10,000 sale for that robot. $10,000. Because the restaurant owner, after 1 year without paying a server to bring it or a delivery guy, would break even after 1 year. And then everything after that year that the robot does would be pure profit. Okay? And even if it's not making profit, he doesn't have to pay to go, he doesn't have to go deliver it himself or anything like that. So I do see this potential with this business. Now, you also have, with Uber or other companies that are in the service business of delivery, I do see some areas that this really benefits. So if you have restaurants that have nearby places, Uber can put all of those restaurants or that are nearby. Uber, and even if Uber wants to just be the owner of these robots where they're making money, like they can charge for delivery direct to the consumer because they are Uber Eats. So let's say that there's a Chipotle that's nearby a place where it can go to this neighborhood. So let's say you have 3 neighborhoods that are close to this Chipotle, and there's an easy sidewalk access for your robot. Your robot can literally deliver to those 3 neighborhoods every single day and generate about $5 a delivery. So if it delivers 100 times in that neighborhood in 1 week, or those 3 neighborhoods in 1 week, you're getting 100 times 5. So you're getting $500 a week for that robot to deliver. Okay? So the bottom line is it would probably be profitable. All right? Now, Serve benefits from this because they sell the robots to Uber and they have the upkeep to keep those robots going. So also Serve has the software capability. The software is where the real money is, guys. That's where I'm starting to realize it's the software that they own, because what they can do is they can lease that software. Companies that get into any type of robotics, doesn't even have to deliver, will pay Serve Robotics a monthly subscription for that software. And that is what I'm starting to realize. So I do like this company. It could be a 1x, possibly a 2x, guys. I don't know if I would really care any more than doubling my money on this. I think if I could double my money, I would be completely ecstatic. All right. If you could get this bad boy, like right now, we're not showing any doubling whatsoever after a year. It's down almost 50%. It's not making any money. Its books are horrible. I mean, there's nothing right now about this stock that would say, oh, we got to buy this stock. There's a double. What am I talking about? There's a double right there. There is a double right there. That's 1922 where that is right now. Okay, so there is a double possibility for this stock. So, and it just got a tough day yesterday where it went almost 10% discount. So if you are going to make your move, I would keep an eye on this one. If you get another couple rough days for this thing, you might want to make your move. That's up to you. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you, it's possible that you could 1x this stock eventually. All right. Let's see what else we got here, guys. I want to see if anything else I want to talk to you guys about. Make sure you hit that like button for me and you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Stocks like this is safe. I think this is a pretty safe stock. Even if it dipped, I think it's going to end up obviously coming back on a stock like this right here. I'm about to show you, because it's, you know, this is when you're getting into cybersecurity, guys. The cybersecurity business. Now, this is way up there on the 5 years, and this is way up there on the 1 year. I mean, you're up at the top of the mountain, man. You're up at the top of the mountain with this stock. You know, but it's security. It's cybersecurity, guys. And, you know, I just don't see cybersecurity slowing down, man. Even if the market is tanking and stuff like that, you know, cybersecurity stocks are going to always be worth some money because they're just too important. We have to have cybersecurity. I mean, yeah, you could dip down to crazy levels if the market was to crash. Of course, any stock you own can do that. But you know, keep an eye on stocks like this. All right, now this stock is interesting to me because this stock is just stuck on stupid. This stock is stuck on stupid, guys. This stock right here, it's almost like they have programmed this stock to go from 2460 or 2470 to 2530. Look at this, guys. Look at the month of this stock, okay? All right. So this is at $28.30. I have yet to see it at that price, all right? It goes to 2711 to 2477. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, look at the 5-day chart on this thing. The most it went up is $25.97 in 5 days. $25.97 What did I tell you? 25.97 goes down to 24.77. Goes down to 24.50, I think is the lowest, 24.42. Woo, it dipped right here. That would have been a good time to buy. Right below 24. And this thing rebounds every single time. Every single time. So I'm looking for it to break a resistance line. I'm looking for the stock to kind of get into that 23, 22 range. I don't know if it's going to happen. If it does, that would be a good opportunity on this stock. Okay? So this stock here, I've told you guys about this stock already. And this stock is a financial AI. They're selling financial software to the financial industry. And it's a unique type of software for financial institutions. Okay, Sound has been taking a hit. SOUN. Okay, this is another stock that people are anticipating a 1X on. Okay, it's another stock that people are waiting for it to break out and give them a 1X. Here's a 1X right here, $23.77. You're over a 1X right there if it does that again. If it does that again. It happened one time in 5 years. Okay, here's where it happened. Right back in, what was it, December? Okay. It happened in December of last year. So who knows? But you're right smack in the middle. Always look at your lows to give an idea. If you were to get stuck in the stock, you could lose half of your money. Not lose, because you would hold, you would not sell, but you could have half of your money remaining, and you'd have to hold on. You would have to hold these nuts with this stock. Now, this is a stock that I would hold these nuts for, because I do see the possibility of SoundHound doing a 1X. I just think it is very, 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 very likely that it will eventually do that. Now, my favorite flip stock. I've told you guys about 3 or 4 times right now. It has been moving like crazy in the upward trend. Let's go see if we can get a... Okay, that is not a 5-year, is it? Okay, let's look at the 1 year, okay? Look at that 1 year, guys. We're at a good, decent price for the stock. I like to see if it can go down to that 440, 450 range. Right about... Well... Yeah, right about there, right about here. I like to get it a little cheaper, maybe another 20 cents down. If I can get another 20 cents down, I'm in. I could even justify it at 460, okay? Because it consistently goes back to the $5 range, okay? There's 514. This is in the last month, okay? It kind of is going all over the place, guys. It went as low as 440. I was fortunate to buy it at that bottom, and I sold it again. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I bought and flipped this stock. And I think this stock is becoming well known as the flip stock, because a lot of day traders are all over this stock, and they treat it like a cash cow. And if you can time it good and you can get very familiar with this stock, now you're going to get stuck sooner or later. You're going to get stuck sooner or later. And when you get stuck, what is going to happen? You're going to tie up your money, and you're going to be forced to what? Hold these nuts. All right, guys. So that's going to be it for today. I got out of SoFi, made my money on SoFi. I got out of SYM. A lot of you guys are probably surprised that I sold my SYM. I sold it at $53. $53. It's doing well right now in pre-market, but it's only 8 o'clock. That's subject to change. Okay. Now they've got, let's look at a 1 year on Symbotic. Believe me, I want back in on Symbotic, believe me. But guys, I did a 1X. Okay. I did a 1X. So, that's more buying power. I made like a whole year's worth of income, guys, in like 60 days. Think about that. Okay, I did it on 2 stocks. Okay, I did it on SoFi and I did it on this one. Both of them 1x. Okay, I cannot complain. I'm out of both of them. I do not own either one now. So I sold it at like 53.30 or something like that, 53.28. Now, August 8th is reportings for this stock. Okay, so who knows what's going to happen. Guys, it could go to the moon. It could go up $10 a share if the report is amazing. Now, this company has yet to make any income. They have not made any profit because they keep putting their money back in. And Walmart does own 11% of this company. They own 11% of this company. All right, so where do I want to be on this stock? I want to be around the $38 to $39 range. Okay, I can justify that. I don't think that that's like an amazing deal if I can get it at $39. I mean, there's the $39 mark right there, and we're up towards the top of the 1 year. And remember, this thing's went up 42%. So we're paying up at the top of the 1 year. Okay, if I look at a 5 year, I want to be around the 38 range. I'm up at the top in 5 years. All right, and it's went up 388%. All right, only reason why I would justify that with this stock is because it's a growth stock. This is a growth stock. I would be very disappointed if I'm not able to get back in. Okay, I take my chance. I already did my 1x. If I get back in, great. If I don't, I'm gonna make it elsewhere. Okay. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up today. Thank you guys so much. Make sure before you go, if you didn't hit the like button, hit the like button. If you watch my videos and you're starting to watch me, or you stumble across me and you've stayed for this whole thing, do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button for me. I appreciate that, and I will keep you guys up to date. Look for another video in the next 5-6 days, okay? All right, take care, guys, and have a wonderful day. Good luck to you.